Hello, good afternoon, good early morning, whatever it is to you, wherever you're located. Oh, I tell y'all, I got the situation over here with the water bottle taken care of yesterday. So that's working well. But let me tell y'all, I checked my mail and I got my light bill. Now, those of you who know me know that I am so tight and frugal that when I walk, I sometimes squeak. It sounds like an old rusted door. Well, my light bill came in. Now last month my bill was it was I don't know $300 something, and I said, well, oh my lord, that's a high bill. Well, I didn't know what this month was gonna be. It was that bill came in, y'all. That thing was right near, and I'm talking about just a few dollars away from $500. I said, "Ooh, this can't be right." I looked at the usage. They got the little bars on there and all that, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna see what the bill, see what the deal is with this. See if they ain't done messed the bill up or something." And so I called them, and she said, "Well, thank you for choosing Mississippi Power and blah blah blah." And I said, "Well, I told her, who I was calling, and um, that I had some concerns about my light bill, and that I thought maybe some kind of mistake had been made on my billing because my bill was so high." And she said, "Now, are you sure that you're Mr. Alexander?" And I said, "Well, yes." And she said, "Well, let me verify your social security number, the last four digits I gave her." She said, "Well, ma'am, you don't sound like Mr. Alexander." I said, "I'm a man." I said, "I'm a male, and as a matter of fact," I said, "this is Mr. Alexander." I said, "I just have a high-pitched voice." And I'm going to tell y'all, that bothers me too. On the phone, I can about halfway understand that. But then I'm going to tell you, it even happens in person. I can be in Lowe's and I can go to one of the men in there, and this happens a lot in Lowe's. And this happened in another store, but I can go to one of the men or women whomever is helping me, and I can say, "Excuse me, such and such, I want to know about this or that." And they'll say, "Yes, ma'am," or "No, ma'am," or "Let's see, ma'am." And the thought that goes through my mind every time is either this person is blind, or this person thinks I'm the ugliest woman they have ever seen. And anyway, I will not focus on that point because my point is with the power company. And so I said, "Honey, why is my bill so high?" After she finally accepted that I was who I said I was. And she said, "Well, let's see." She said, "Well, you don't have an extremely large amount of usage compared to what other customers in your area have, and compared to the usage that's taken place in your home prior to you moving in." And I said, "Well, I understand that." I said, "What's the issue?" And she said, "Well, as you know, we have raised our rates because now if you live in Mississippi and you are a Mississippi Power customer, you have probably heard about this new plant they have built or they are building in DeKalb, which is in Kemper County. It's about 45 minutes north of me." And she said, "And because of that, we have raised our rates." I said, "Well, I knew y'all was raising y'all's rates." I said, "Y'all done raised them twice." I said, "Goodness." I said, "Well, my question is this." And she said, "Yes, sir." And I said, "When did I call y'all and ask y'all to build a plant?" And she said, "Excuse me." I said, "I didn't call y'all and ask y'all to build no power plant or build no coal plant." I said, "From what I saw, we already had enough power running." She said, "Well, our shareholders met and they voted to build the plant and went through the proper procedures to get the licensing and all that." And I said, "Well, that's all good and well." I said, "I'm glad y'all did it officially." I said, "All right." I said, "Tell me which one of these shareholders I'm going to need to call and talk to and send this bill to. Which one am I going to forward this bill to?" And she said, "Excuse me?" I said, "Well," I said, "since they made this decision on my behalf and on the behalf of so many other Mississippi Power customers, I said, seemed like they ought to pay this bill." I said, "Good." I said, "Lord," I said, I'm just trying to get some lights, some electricity, and some air conditioning in this house." I said, "I ain't trying to provide power to no third world country or something of that nature." I said, "Honey," I said, I ain't got that kind of money just be blowing on no power bill." I said, "Lord, I got to make groceries. I got to pay my water bill, Lord, and that thing goes sky high. The city of Meridian that think the water got gold in it. I said, I got my phone bill. I said, y'all ain't the only bill that folks have to pay. I said, y'all need to come down on these rates some. And she said, well, there's nothing that I can do about it. I can split the payment. I said, yeah. I said, we can split the payment 10 ways, but I'm still going close to $500. I said, that ain't going to do me no count. And she said, well, there's probably nothing more that I can do for you, Mr. Alexander. And I said, well, ain't that a shame? I said, what a pity. I said, Lord, I said, before long, I'm going to have to get the candles out. I'm going to have to go get me some kerosene oil, and I'm going to have to start burning me some lanterns in the house in here. I'm going to have to go down here and buy me some battery-operated fans. I said, Lord, I said, honey, I can't keep paying no light bill this high. And she said, well, is your thermostat on 78? I said, it sure enough is. I said, sometimes it gets so hot in this house, but I keep it on 78 because that's what y'all said keep it on. That's what y'all said gonna make my bill low. I said, but somebody lied because my bill ain't low. And so I talked to her a little bit longer, and, I said this and I said that, and I said, well, I finally said, well, I said, I am not a happy customer. I said, I didn't ask y'all to build this plant. I said, it'll be closed in 6 months, just like every other plant y'all build in Mississippi. I said, it seemed like y'all need to leave what ain't broke alone. I said, ain't no sense in fixing something ain't broke. I said, if we already have power, then ain't no sense in trying to add on to. She said, well, this is going to save the customers money in the long run. I said, how's it going to save us money if we steadily getting a rate increase? And she said, after this rate increase, you won't get another one. Now, y'all, they done went over $1 million, billion, one of the two in dollars. I know it's a whole bunch of zeros behind the amount of money they done went over the budget on what they said that the plant was going to cost because of the rain and they overstaffed and just several things that just poor planning, in my opinion. And so they ain't trying to save nobody no money. I'm going to tell y'all, if any of you looking for stock to invest in Mississippi Power, because I'm going to tell you what, it's going to get to where they're going to have to come take my drawers off of me because I ain't going to be able to pay them no money. They're going to have to take my clothes off, take my drawers off, and usually that's a pretty good idea, but Lord, then I'm going to say, please don't take my clothes, baby. That's all my clothes I got. Y'all done took my money. It just concerns me dearly. It just gets on my nerves immensely. Ain't no sense in it. Ain't nobody got time for it. Ain't nobody got no money for it either. Anyway, I'm going to talk to y'all about it later. I love y'all now. Bye-bye.